Anime?
Okay, so if you don't know Giga, give this man $1 billion, and then another $1 billion, then $1 trillion. This man is a legend. If you like anime, this is pretty much like this man created an idiot-proof way to actually get like the best of the best when it comes to anime, and like without having to watch all the anime from the season, because he's the one who is doing it. So yeah, this man's a legend. So yeah, big up to him. And let's check this out. Winter anime in a nutshell. Let's check out what he found out. What he found great.
You need to chill out. Anime? You need to chill out. I'm out here trying to cover all the new shows.
Let me just check real quick. What the fuck is going on? Because I just need to check my VODs. Okay, everything's working.
But how is any...
Okay. So, winter anime in a nutshell. Give this man $1 trillion, and after that, give him another $1 trillion. Haven't you learned?
Anime? You need to chill out. I'm out here trying to cover all the new shows, but how is anyone meant to give them a chance when there's barely enough time to keep up with all of these juggernaut sequels all coming out in one single season? It took literally a single episode for Jujutsu Kaisen to take over the anime community again before dropping an entire light novel chapter over a single frame. To which the fan base replied, I ain't reading all that. Not because it was too much, they actually just can't read. I can't even hate though, because the start has been firing on all cylinders, producing some of the most artistically creative action, referencing some of the greatest scenes in cinematic history. That's right. One Punch Man Season 3. We got more Hell's Paradise. This one hasn't quite gotten to the same level of hype as some of the other shonen action shows, which is a shame, because it's got a unique world with a lot of interesting things going on.
Yeah, Hell's Paradise is really interesting because it takes a... Like, first off, it does a take on Taoism and Buddhism, where actually, you know, like Buddhists, you know what they're known at, being weak. You know, an anime, like, I respect Buddhism a lot, and I think that like it's like when it comes to teachings, it's teachings about peace, but at the same time, it's really like a faith that is quite seen as something weak, you know, because it's just basically a lot of people that tells you love each other without basically, they didn't have any crusaders, they didn't have like basically like they were always peaceful. And basically Hell's Paradise offer you a take about Buddhism that is actually like, if you like these people where they look badass, and that's actually really cool, because Taoism, like there's like this idea of like loving nature. There's also like it circles with Japanese mythology, with yokais and everything. So basically like it gives a take about like people that I really care about, where they look badass, not only not weak but badass, and that's something that I really like about Hell's Paradise. Character design and animation and art direction are also top notch. So yeah, just give it a try if you never saw some Buddhists and Taoist. Taoism is another branch of Buddhism, being badass basically. So let's check it out.
Season 3. We got more Hell's Paradise. This one hasn't quite gotten to the same level of hype as some of the other shonen action shows, which is a shame, because it's got a unique world with a lot of interesting things going on. See, like, the interesting thing about the power system in Hell's Paradise is that it's completely derived from self-cest. I'm gonna let the viewers think about that one for a second. There's the third...
If you know, you know. That's absolutely disgusting, but... if you saw, you understand.
Season of Oshinoko, and while manga readers have flinched in disgust, I think the season...
Oshinoko, give it a try. It is... So, you don't like romance anime? ever heard of the hype of K-drama? It's basically K-drama, but the Japanese version. Oshinoko is really top notch as well. Like, this is like, give it a try for season 1 at least, because it is that
It's going to
good.
explore some interesting stuff. If I remember correctly, we'll really get to see Ruby flex her power levels this arc. And the interesting thing about her power system is that it's derived from Insect. Trigun Stargaze is bringing the final season of the Trigun remake. Fire Force is also in its final season. And from the out of context clips I've seen, there are some absolutely insane things going on that makes me want to catch up. Free Ren has finally returned. And while I'm dead excited for this,
Gave a try to Free Ren. Free Ren is such a slow burn. Like a slow burn, I don't know. Like, it's something like it needs to ignite. It's the difference between gasoline and diesel. Diesel actually needs to be. It is more complicated to actually like light up, right? But at the same time, it is something quite like once you get into Free Ren, you'll never be the same. Like, for real, it is basically like you just need to get into the space, but it is worth the adaptation, worth the time it took.
I'm not sure what the series could possibly do to surpass the masterpiece of the first season we got. Hold on a second.
This is for you, Majin Buu!
The My Hero Academia spin-off is continuing, coming off the back of the exceptional main series finale. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this one, but can it ever reach the heights of moments like this from the main series?
Tomori Shigaraki was my hero, do you understand? And he was a gamer like me.
Speaking of gamers, we got some sad stories about gamers too. Hell Mode Hardcore Gamer is about a true gamer who just wants to find a challenge. He browses the web to find that one title that hits, but far too often he's left with one all too familiar scene.
So actually, I'm quite fluent in French. If you don't know what fin means, it actually means end. No, because I see this a lot, and I kind of forgot that, like, so in like a lot of people might know, but a lot of people might not. Basically, fin means in French end, but like the end, and basically like this is kind of like what's going on, you know.
たった3年でサービス終了とか。
Damn, that's crazy. It's been 3 years since the launch of Honkai Star Rail, and today they are celebrating with the release of their new region, as they are also the sponsor of today's video. There's no way they're going to approve this segue. Honkai Star Rail is a game that I know nothing about. Nope, absolutely nothing. Definitely not know the lore, the characters, and spent way too much time playing this game. Look, it's an anime game, okay? But I've heard that it's a game about traveling around the cosmos, going to different planets, and right now they have just introduced their new world, Plan Arcadia, a subculture state where fantasy lingers in reality, entertainment transforms life. A thriving world blessed by the Eon Aha. Wait, isn't that the Eon that gave some of his almighty power to a worm? What the hell is this world going to be like? And when the Astro Express crew arrives, the latest Phantasmoon games will also be underway. And of course, with new worlds comes new characters, like Yao Guang, the first universal support character of Elation, a proud and haughty young lady with the elegance of a peacock. And there's also Sparksy, the Elation's first damage dealer. She's a Persona Sparkle created to ride the internet trends as Plan Arcadia's top streamer. Oh my god, they made a VTuber. And version 4.0 is also packed with rewards. A free 20 pull, Ruan Mei's brand new outfit, your choice of a limited 5-star character, plus 1,600 Stellar Jades await. You can also join the event for a chance to win the big prize of 100 Star Rail Special Passes. So, what are you waiting for? You can download the game by clicking the link in the description and using the codes on screen for some Stellar Jades. Editor, can you please copy and paste these codes to my account? Thank you very much. Thank you to Honkai Star Rail for sponsoring us today, and with that said, back to winter. Damn, an anime set in America? What the hell's gonna happen here? For one of the wildest concepts of the season, we have the Darwin Incident, starring the most unique protagonist you're gonna see in winter.
There is no mistake now. This baby is a hybrid born of a human and a chimpanzee. A humanzee.
The fuck?
Only in anime would you get a political thriller starring a humanzee hybrid created by a doctor named Gross Man, set in America, being attacked by a terrorist organization led by Obama, who are terrorizing America because they are, I shit you not,
Vegans.
and have it be played 100% straight. Look, I gotta give credit to the American characters though. He goes to high school and he's not bullied because he's a different race or for his looks, or that he's a failed half-human animal experimental abomination. They're just bullying him because he's vegan. This is a series that has the potential to use its insane premise to explore some interesting ideas, if it's able to balance out some of its self-indulgent philosophical musings every time someone asks Serious George a question here.
Say there was a mouse carrying a deadly disease for humans. What would you do in that case, huh?
If it was me, I think I'd shoot the mouse.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. A new Fate set in America? What the hell's gonna happen here? Yes, we got a new Fate anime in the good old US of A. America have entered the fray, deciding to hold their own Holy Grail war with guns and burgers and freedom for some reason we don't understand. Oh shit, is that oil?
We're gonna keep it.
If you're unaware, at its core, Fate is just a hypothetical Fortnite battle royale, except you get to match up some of the most legendary figures in history and see them fight. Take a person like Alexander the Great, living up to his namesake as one of the greatest generals the world has ever seen, commanding an army that never knew defeat, never lost a battle, becoming a symbol of the Greek Empire that the world still remembers to this day. But can they stop Prime Messi? Typically in war, they're hired the army that never to his namesake as one of the greatest generals the world has ever seen, commanding an army that never knew defeat, never lost a battle, becoming a symbol of the Greek Empire that the world still remembers to this day. But can they stop Prime Messi? Typically in war, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... a large number of servants paired with a large number of masters, and most importantly, the war must be conducted in secret. Strange Fate contains a collection of some of the most varied and insane characters the franchise has seen. Something that's on brand as it's written by the creator of Baccano and Durarara, two series about eccentric, larger-than-life characters coming together to create absolute chaos in a shared setting with no true protagonist. This franchise was tailor-made for someone like him. Add to that Hiroyuki Sawano bringing his signature hype in the music, and A1 Pictures producing, in my opinion, some of the best action spectacle I've seen them do, and this may be just some of the most fun you can have as a Fate fan. But alongside that, we have the Holy Grail of Eris, meaning there are two big shiny Holy Grails on display this season. And this one is not holding back at all. Beheading, death by dancing. I'm just glad we have a villainous anime with a villainess that actually looks villainous.
Imagine like writing a TV show, selling an anime about the villainess, but she's not a villainess. Am I right, people? Right?
Next up we have... Oh, sorry.
ジャスティン・ビーバー歌って。
When a show starts off with a cold lady adopting her estranged sister's daughter because her mum passed away in a car accident, you know what ride you're about to get on. This is going to be a heavy show, and it is clear right from the first 5 minutes. But for those whose hearts are prepared, this might be the most powerful story you're gonna find this season. It's a depiction of grief that's not over-dramatized, never in your face, but it's such a human retelling of what it's like to process emotions you can never prepare for or teach yourself how to face. It's only when you do find yourself in those situations that you can only learn yourself, through numbness, pain and tears, just what kind of person you are. I would say this feels like the kind of show you would need to prepare your emotions for, if it didn't already make me emotional within the first 3 episodes. This is a story that feels so intimate. I can't help but think the creator must be sharing experiences deeply personal to them to be able to portray such emotions on screen. And it sucks that I already know this is going to be one of the best shows this season. Not enough people are going to be watching.
I've heard about this one. Pretty sure like the team is really passionate about the project. You can see that. I'm really curious to see what Gigak has to say. As a reminder, give this man $1 trillion.
Oh shit.
Damn, you having 5 babies?
This season, we are absolutely feasting with great romance anime, whichever sub-genre you are looking for. Starting with one of my most anticipated, You and I Are Polar Opposites. Anime fans have never quite financially recovered from the Gyaru takeover Marin Kitagawa initiated, but this time we actually get to see things from the girls' perspective, which is a cool idea, but we all know how it goes now, guys. It looks cute right now, but we'll see how it is in another 2 seasons when somebody actually tries and shoots their shot.
私、谷君のこと好き。
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Wait a minute. 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 She's taking the shot.
Is this the dagger?
No way! No way! Episode 1? That's a game-winning shot in episode 1! This is history in the making, folks! Honestly, this might be one of the most awkwardly wholesome romances I've seen in recent times. Normally, I'm not into this kind of thing, but aside from being just cute, it's so painfully relatable at some points. The guy Googling how to keep a conversation with his girlfriend and getting caught. The two of them having completely different reads of a movie they watch together that make them understand each other just
Okay, this is exactly why I was telling you this man $1 billion. I am actually putting this on my next watch. I've seen the trailers about You and I are polar opposites. But Gigak really sold me out like on this one. It's on Crunchyroll. Fucking awesome. This is really awesome. Okay. So I'm joking about Gigak being like such a good YouTuber. This man is actually like really that good. When I said it earlier, if you want to discover anime without having too much to think about it, actually, like, this is exactly why I was telling you about it. It was like I wasn't sure if it kind of like was on my radar. I found it really interesting, and the team really seemed passionate about. But it's just like time is not of the essence. Like everyone has a schedule. But the way that like it portrays it is like, okay, this is a jackpot for me. Like, I want to watch this romance anime.
a bit more. The show so perfectly captures what it's like to be in that honeymoon period with a new partner. Nothing too cliche, nothing too over the top, just two dweebs awkwardly navigating a new relationship with each other.
Let's go.
Idol arrested, charged with domestic violence.
Next up, we've got a girl who takes care of her male idol who's actually cripplingly anxious whenever he's not on stage. Oshi the Rock. I was ready to clown on this one, but it's honestly a well-produced, self-aware comedy featuring a boy failure and a girl failure in one. The show feels like it's tailor-made for every Stray Kids fan who's aware enough of the pitfalls of the industry and wishes they could potentially help their favorite through the worst of it. After Oshinoko, I think we deserve a happy show about the idol industry for once, not you. Alright, despite my first thoughts, this ain't gateway yaoi, this ain't even tomboy tomfoolery. We just have a shoujo starring a cool, androgynous female lead, and you know what? I kinda dig it.
I actually saw the trailer for this one. Like, I think that, like, it's good vibes, and like I said about many slice of life and romance anime, these animes are actually something that will not put you on suicide watch, so will not make you depressed watching them. You'll have a better day after watching them than you had before, and this is why, like, I recommend these type of animes rather than shonens to basically like anyone and everyone, because it is quite a good time, and you don't have to pay for the drama, or you don't think about like darkness, like death, or like suffering. You just watch it. It feels good. It feels nice, and then you can keep up with the day because you watch some like you got like you watch something wholesome, and you got something wholesome in your day.
It's honestly just refreshing to see a character archetype you don't normally see in romance anime, with a dynamic that is just two chill, popular people being chill with each other, finding out that as chill as you are still not immune to charms. This one really surprised me. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, we still have some trashy harem rom-com. Now, everyone knows, in harem anime, the childhood friend gets a 10-point buff in the race to the finish line. But what if we even the playing field by making everyone the childhood friend? That's right, anyone could be the winner here. We just don't know. It could be the tsundere, the tan tomboy, the smug one, the short blue-haired girl. Even the girls are getting their fill of harem this year, as we have a new reverse harem anime featuring a protagonist who came from America? I can't say I'm exactly the target audience for this, but I remember when the manga finished, it was fairly popular for the genre it was in. I mean, that was pretty recent, right? That's still recent, right? I mean, come on. I remember when this was coming out. I mean, how old are kids born in that year still? I'm never going to emotionally recover from this. What's
Jesus
next?
Christ.
Sentenced to be a hero? America? Last year, Cleavertez reawakened my appetite to see more brutal, old-school dark fantasy shows, and thankfully, Sentenced to be a Hero has come along at just the perfect time to satiate it. A world where heroes are actually treated like villains, demon lords aren't fuckable, and pint-sized anime goddesses are weapons of mass destruction, fueled by the power of headpads that can also do this. Bruh. Sometimes you immediately get the vibe about a fantasy show that doesn't just lift off the same fantasy templates so many others fall into. It's got some interesting world mechanics with its hero system. The monster designs aren't the same cookie-cutter creatures you see everywhere. There's a lot of little things, like how they fuse a lot of magic and technology in the devices they use, yet they never explain them. They just show that they exist as a device that seems to be logically functional. Little details like this shows the thought put into the world building. On top of that, it's being directed by the same guy who directed this episode of Mushoku Tensei Season 1, which is one of the best episodes in an amazing looking season, and that insane bar of quality has absolutely transferred over to the hour-long premiere. This is some movie level production values. So, how's the story itself?
We're going as fast as we can, right, Tatsu?
It's aight. For the insane production values behind it, we have a pretty standard revenge plot about a man who got framed, a protagonist who is angry, and a church who is not the good guys. No way. Which is not bad by itself. I'm just hoping it doesn't fall into the same trap of having the hero party being the only competent group of people in the world that hates them. We'll have to see how the story shapes up overall, but it's still probably going to be better than your normal fantasy or isekai show. Did someone say isekai?
Oh, nice. What the fuck?
Oh my god, it's like my favorite
No Raccoon?
Yes, can't be an isekai nowadays without the patented man baby wanting to suckle on his mama's titties, sponsored by Mushoku Temu. Sometimes I watch a show I just can't get a read on. On the surface, this is your typical isekai reincarnation slop, but then I'll have these moments of self-aware comedy, or hit me with a scene that has a surprising amount of heart in it that makes me think, wait, is there actually some potential in this? Then the guy just brings out lines like this. And I realize I can't relate to this. I have nothing in common with this man. I have some things in common with this man. It's the age. It's the fucking age, okay? Nothing else. You know, I don't know how it's taken this long for a dragon to be added to the list of things isekai protagonists have been isekai'd into, but I guess here we are. Bro, it kind of looks like a cross between a Digimon and how Power World would rip off Charizard, but the animation's actually more decent than what I would expect for a show with a concept like this. We got a salaryman who gets isekai'd and immediately becomes an accountant. Alright, I know it sounds like we're running out of ideas at this point, but maybe this isekai is just trying to explore something deeper. I mean, tell me this isn't the ultimate power fantasy of modern work culture. Dude migrates to a foreign land, immediately gets employed, gets promoted, gets paid a fair wage, bangs another dude, gets surprised to be in a workplace where employees get to leave on time, gets respected by his boss, is full-on bareback protein extraction mana transfer. Maybe this could be a commentary into the tough Japanese work culture and a succinct exploration of the current employment landscape. Did he just say he bangs a dude? How's this for a tagline? One man's trash is another man's treasure. Noble reincarnation. Well, at least they're self-aware about the target audience of the show. But guys, stop everything for a second, because I got some big news. Another protagonist has been kicked out of the Heroes Party. Shit! Blood's even got the Kirito preset for the full beta experience. But you know, out of all the kicked out of the Heroes Party anime, this one's kind of enjoyable, actually. I don't know, something about the concept of a guy who's queued up as autofill his entire life, reaching his full potential by not filling in from random roles, scratches this part of my brain I didn't know I had. Alright, what's next? Kunon the Sorcerer Can See. Huh. In anime's continued effort to adapt to its aging core audience, we now have fantasies about people with lower back pain. Surely this can't continue forever, or in a few decades we're gonna get things like my Viagra makes me overpowered even at level 1 in the strongest class with the weakest skill. This is actually kind of adorable though. Nice father-daughter vibes, just wholesome vibes all around, and this girl is the cutest thing you can ask for, and she turns into a succubus at night. Great. Who made this? Who's responsible for this?
Police! Help!
But hey, she's not the only cute daughter on display this season, as we got the Demon King's daughter is too kind. Let's see what this adorable cinnamon roll gets up to. God damn, they teaching weebs how to do laundry now? Wait, hold on though. The vibes, this beautiful setting, the way the main girl describes the process so sensually. Why am I low-key getting invested in this? Ooh. Damn. This really makes me feel like I'm doing the washing. If watching Beast games isn't dystopian enough for you, then how about a maid-centric death game where the protagonist is trying to survive 99 games out of her own volition? This is basically high elo surfing with a death game twist, but what makes it truly stand out is the director, whose previous work was an absolutely incredibly beautiful and atmospheric series about a guy falling for his stepsister. But that atmospheric approach is cranked up even higher here. This feels like a mix of Monogatari, Madoka, and Squid Game. The OST and sound design are immaculate. Gore is replaced with cotton wool, which honestly makes it even more disturbing.
So I will be honest with you, these are like the animes that are actually too hard for me. Like I used to watch this and with absolute like fear, and now I've just surrendered and I gave up. I cannot watch this. This is too hardcore for me. Well, like, if you like it, good for you. What the fuck? Do you need an exorcist or something? Because I don't know these things. Where to find them.
Hear the screams of pain as characters are brutally murdered to the sight of light, fluffy visuals that only serve to dehumanize the characters playing this game. This is one I'm definitely going to continue watching. And from there, we have a wholesome romance of a blind girl and her soon-to-be invisible husband, which is just a totally adorable match made in heaven. A girl who can't see and a guy who can't be seen, which means they just have...
Okay, this is the most funny, but like really cute, adorable, funny that I've seen in a while. A man that cannot be seen, so an invisible man with a blind girl. Okay, this is kind of like what I told you about like watching romance anime or slice of life anime. This is kind of like basically like the idea. Like I just watched, like it just told like the basics of like the synopsis, so what the story is about, and it already makes you have a better day, you know?
The most innocent relationship you can possibly ask for, because how could she possibly thirst over nothing at all? Nothing at all. I need a moment.
No, you got this. You're a man. Be a man. Get a hold of yourself. Shut up. I'm cool. We cool? I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good. We're cool. You're the man. Don't forget. You're the man. I am the man.
Alright, I'm good. My Heart tune, because this season anime looked at all the romance shows available and said, nah, I got one more in me. This hasn't been the only harem rom-com to come out recently, but I don't know. I got a feeling about this one. Maybe it's the setup, maybe it's the girls, maybe it's the protagonist, but I feel like this is going to be the one. The Nisekoi, the quintessential quintuplets of the new generation. I've felt this energy many times before, and it's all too familiar. The calm before the war has started. And you know what? Maybe 10 or so years ago, I'd be right in the trenches fighting, because this would have been my kind of show. But I've done it so many times now that I feel like maybe I'm just getting a bit too old nowadays to get invested in a show like this. It's once again time to enter the holy battleground of wives. I am no god, I am just a mere man, but I'm here to tell you to sell everything and buy into the pink-haired twin-tailed tsundere supremacy. It's been a rough decade for us, but we are so back because I'm here to tell you, this is it. This is our time. Tsundere supremacy will rise again. I'm calling on all of you for this once-in-a-lifetime generational investment opportunity. We will be the winners. We will be on the right side of history. And at the end of it all, we will be the ones laughing in the face of the crime. You know, I just can't see myself getting as involved as I used to. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much this month to Author Curtis Eckstein, Shouting Zombie, Tubazo1989, Basil, Payne Patchett, Water Guy.
Thanks so much, Giga, for this video. Don't forget to give him love and $1 trillion. Because really good YouTuber. Isn't that the minimum that we shall offer to him? Okay, I'm just joking. But yeah, thank you so much, Giga. As always, like I told you, really good YouTuber, really good content creator that allows to just like find who finds the pearls when it comes to animation. For you, he did for me today. So yeah, Big up to him. Subscribe to him if you can. Yeah.